Hello and welcome. How are we all doing? Hope we're all having a good start to the week. Carly, welcome on in. Good to see you. Max, appreciate the tea time. Literally just sat down with a cuppa. Appreciate it. How we all doing? It's finally the weekend and I'm gonna have one fucking busy weekend. I've got a lot to sort out. But for tonight, chill coding stream. Don't know how long I'm going to go for, we'll see. I should probably turn the music. About there, let me know what the audio level's like. But for tonight, we're going to do a chill coding stream. This is so that I can work on a few bits and pieces. I've just been updating some of our panels and that. Like, I still need to sort out more bits events, but some of that is some of what we might be looking at today. Got a few things we're going to start with. We're going to start with the bosses beaten. We ran a poll in Discord. It's good. You can barely hear it. As in, it's good that you can barely hear it, or it's too quiet and it's good music. I'm going to assume with it's good either way. Yeah, so when the bosses are beaten, I'm going to look at trying to sort out the boss battles this weekend. Can't promise it, but I'm going to try and get that sorted. I'm going to put together a short script tonight to deal with some of that. So that'll be like Lakea's dynamite timer on the net after we ran the poll in Discord. Then there's a few other bits we can look towards, like the death command, get that back. Character level up during bits. Bring that back. That should be a fairly easy script to do. And a few people are using it. It's more to just add a few more bits events because we don't have many of those again at the moment. I will try and do a little more with bits. Need to try and utilize them a little bit more. I think it's good as well, otherwise we couldn't hear your voice. Ah, that's fair. There's a comment. Alright, fair play. Fair play. Alright. So this is like our new scripts folder. So if I come back here, we can see this is our current scripts that we're using for the streams. These are in this folder our old scripts that I've stopped using because everything is a mess. It might look fine, but trust me, it's a mess. So that's why I've been moving things over. And that's what we're working on now. So let's start with, we said we are going to start with boss beaten, didn't we? But it's like the one I've got up at the moment, show random art. Well, you guys have already seen some of the art, but if I was to run this script now, you'll be able to see how some of it's working. So Python, show random art.py. And what was the argument that got passed in? Here we go. Well, you did a thing earlier, so let's do story sketch this time. So if I run that script, there we go. We can see we got some art. Hey, Torskin! Thank you so much for the stream streak. 25. Appreciate all the support, dude. I'm lurking because my baby... Oh, no, absolutely. Baby comes first. Baby is priority. Appreciate the lurk, Moon Bright, but it comes first as always. Hope you're feeling okay. Hope you've managed to get some rest. So, yeah, we can see that script's working. And we've got some of our others here, like Core Monster Hunt. When Lakea gets caught, when you guys catch Lakea. Adding scene item. So if we want to add an item to scene. So let's say we do Max's favorite. We do the net. Let's see, add item to scene. We can add the net. There we go. That works. So, anyway, we're going to be wanting that for part of this first script anyway. So, let's close all that for the moment. Close all that. Let's get a new script set up. Boss, battles, beaten. So these are the scripts that handle these things. Lakea, our stream assistant, is still what runs them. She's still what processes the like channel redeems and everything. But Like, these are the scripts that actually call out. Calling me out like that? Oh, come on, Max. We all know it's your favourite redeem. It's either the net one or the Catch Lakea one. Thank you. Have a good stream. We will. Thank you, Moonbright. Just going to be a chill one, I think, today. We aren't playing Mass Effect. We don't need facial. Ooh, actually, that's a good point. While we've got that up, this is the quotes file here. So we can always make edits to this as we go. Now, any edits I make here aren't going to show in Lakea because Lakea reads this when I first boot her up. So I'd have to restart Lakea every time, which actually I can do. That's not the end of the world, actually. So yeah, we can do that. Wonder what that was for? That was definitely a... Yeah. Oh, we aren't playing Mass Effect. Oh, I don't know what that's from. I thought that was going to be a Mass Effect one for a moment. Apparently not. Okay, let's start setting up our script here, shall we? Grab our guard, define our function. So what we go on? Boss battles beaten. So we've got some code that already does sort of things we want. So we'll be able to import a lot of that, but I might do some extras with it. Hey, Azad? I'm going to go with Azad. I have no idea how to pronounce your name. I apologize. What kind of scripts are we doing? We're doing some fun interactive ones. So I build a lot of my own stream tools. And these are like part of the stream. So if you look at our redeems, you can see we have like display random art, display story sketch, stuff like that. I have a tool that listens out for those redeems and it runs scripts like these in order to like show things on the stream, maybe run mini games, stuff like that. Are you going to put the wood cut on fire or are they gone for good? I am looking at bringing those back. They're just going to need a little bit longer, Carly. The thing with those is that... So this is the stream assistant itself. This is what listens to like the channel redeems. This is what like handles chat commands. Everything you interact with for the most part runs through this application. But except for those few redeems, and that's because those redeems actually run through. Give me a second. Where we go? Twitch, stream background. Actually go through this application. So you'll recognize this one when it boots. It takes a moment to boot. It's not well optimized. This was always a prototype. How you doing anyway, Zed? I hope you're keeping well. So yeah, this is what you guys will recognize. So actually, if I on my thing, if I go on feed the fire, activate feed the fire, and then I do feed the fire.
Are you trying to burn the forest down, or are you just a pyromaniac?
Okay, I forgot.
Doesn't need feeding right now.
Okay, my bad. Wrong one. Let's. Well, we heard Lakea assassin us, so we know it worked. Let's try that again. Anyway, chop wood. Let's get that one. So you can see this is what those redeems interact with. The issue is this one, this application takes a lot more system resources than the Stream Assistant. So this is why I was running this application on a different computer and why I had two computers set up. Right now I'm running off one computer again. However, the issue with that is that this takes up too much system resources for me to run this and play a game at the same time. It's not so bad on older games, but if I'm trying to play newer games, then I can end up with more lag and such because I'm asking too much of my PC. So that's why the wood cutting and the feed fire isn't going to be back for a short while. It will make its way back. It's just that that's going to need more work because I need a second computer. And the one I was using, I'm selling off to someone. I'm going to use my laptop instead because that's going to be better state for it. But it just needs a few other bits and pieces doing first. So yeah, that will be coming back. Just needs a little bit of time. At some point, I've been saying this for literally years now. We're gonna need to like start that one again. I keep talking to Will about it, like make a new one from the ground up. It's just the time that would require. We'll get there though. We'll get there. Anyway, so let's start by from utils dot where's it gonna be? Misc dot dynamite timer import dynamite timer. So the reason I said about Lakea's dynamite timer because I was looking for some quick wins. Oh no. No, don't worry, Callie. I'm not stressing out about this at all. This is going to be one of the more chill streams. It's more... This is a chance for me to be able to show some of the behind the scenes, which is why I'm explaining more of it. I'm probably over-explaining some of it. It's a bad habit of mine, which is why if I don't have a set plan, I need, like, some kind of idea how I'm going to go about things, or I over-explain it all. But that's part of the fun of these streams. It means I can share some of the behind the scenes, get to show you guys some of what there is. And it's kind of nice for me in a way, because, like, obviously you guys get to interact with it all, which is a lot of fun, and I love it. But, like, you guys getting to see more of the behind the scenes means you get to see a little bit more of, like, my world, a little bit of what I do to prepare some of this. Over-explain is still better than under-explain. Well, that's fair. But if I start teaching you how to suck eggs, then feel free to, like, tell me to slow down a bit. Oh, no, don't worry, Carly. You're not interrupting my thought process at all. I've said before, I don't necessarily get a lot of work done during coding streams, but I get to share some of, like, the behind the scenes. That's part of the fun. But, yeah. So now, if we do this, so if we do timer equals dynamite timer, I'll be able to show this off. And we do timer.create timer. Let's say we want this to run for 30 seconds and we want it to update every 0.1 second. That'll by itself should run. So if I do that, then do boss battles beaten, you'll be able to see we've already got... It's kind of appropriate you went with that one because I'm about to do this. Oh, fuck. Shit. I've already... Okay, well, it's already broke. Damn it. Hang on. Let's... I've got a working... Oops. The daisies. That was a good one. Definitely appropriate. It's absolutely appropriate at this point. It's absolutely appropriate. Who are we kidding? Let's... Yeah. Where are we doing timer create? Here we go. Takes 2 positional arguments, but 3 were given. What was the third one I gave? Hang on. Oh, look. Time equals and that one. Timer step equals. Let's try that. Clear that. Hey, there we go. So this is a working example of the dynamite timer. So this is why I said this would be an easy one, because I've already done a lot of the code. I had to do a few tweaks, but it's very easy for me to work with this one. I've set it up so that I can use this in different ways. Lakea, aka Salami. Bucket Chrysalide, I'm too lazy to look at it. Oh, that's fair. Fuck. Ah, that's got me written all over it, that quote, hasn't it? Fucking hell. That's definitely a quote to keep. That's definitely a quote to keep. So yeah, like, I can change this quite easily. If we wanted it to update less frequently, for example, if we only wanted it to update every second, you can see now it's more jittery with the movements. That's just because I can do more with this. Probably keep this we could try and go. No, not that much. Go with that roughly. I don't know what that would be, but it'd be more than 30 FPS, so I can say that much. So let's see. So we can make the timer. Now that I think about it, dynamite animation was used for what before? Because I can't remember. What did we have it on before? We had an event where Lakea would just get tied to a timer and she'd speak to chat. In fact, we've got a version of that now. If I do... So if you cheer 100 bits in... Yeah, it's Sunny's Dynamite art. That's it. This was literally what I commed Sunny for it for. So if you guys remember, we did Simpsons Hit and Run. And the loading bar in Simpsons Hit and Run for the different levels is Scratch tied to a piece of dynamite. And we've joked about doing the same for Lakea. And then Will pointed out that I could use that as a loading bar for things. So that's why I reached out to Sunny and said, look, could you do this? Funnily enough, Sunny had played Simpsons Hit and Run, so knew exactly what I was going for. But yeah, if you cheer 100 bits, we now get a nice little event where Lakea, like, chats to you and that, well, panics, funnily enough. As for what we used it before, I can't remember. We did have it for one event, and I can't remember what it was. But it's basically set up so that I can use it in more events. Yeah, the only real annoyance with it is you can see the fuse moving down, but the fuse itself doesn't get any shorter. The reason for this is I was having some real difficulties with trying to get OBS to crop images through the WebSocket. So that's something to sort out later on. It's going to really bug me now. What else did we use it before? I know we had this timer animation on a few things. Can't have it at all? Oh, what have I done? Can't have what at all, Carly? Right, anyway, so... So yeah, this was actually, funnily enough, similar to what I had in mind with this smoke animation. Maybe instead of cutting it, the part left can't turn black. Oh! That, you know, Okay, leave that with me, Carly. Yeah. I don't know how I could do that off the top of my head, but I do like that as an idea. Because the way it works is, effectively, we've got multiple images in OBS. You've got Lakea on the dynamite is one image, the fuse is another image, and then the flame is a third image. And all I'm doing is I'm moving that flame image further across the screen. So I would need to track where the flame is in proportion to the fuse and maybe overlay an image over the top or an effect. Yeah, leave that with me, Callie. I really like that as an idea. That's a really cool idea. I'm just not sure how I'd pull it off the top of my head. That's the thing. If I could get the crop working properly, the crop would actually be the easier option. It's just, it's not working. I don't know why. It wasn't working. So, yeah. I'm definitely open to alternative options. I do quite like the whole idea of it looking burnt, though. Anyway, so, yeah. We know we can set up a timer. That's not difficult. But we're actually going to want to do a little bit more than that. Because we want the smoke effect that comes in off this one as well. Let's see. That got some of the information, and we'll set up a new JSON file. A JSON file is basically what we're going to be sticking. Yeah, stick it in reminders or in suggestions, Carly. Like I said, I don't know how I'd pull it off, but I'm definitely like that would definitely be a great idea. No worries, Carly. No worries. Some things just don't work for no reason. Me and May at 2024. I haven't had that many issues compared to what you've had to May of 2024, but I've certainly had some challenges. That's for sure. Boss. Battle. That has adjacent. Helps if I spell that right. So JSON file is basically how we store data. So if I look at this probably looks quite confusing, but for the when we had Lakea tied on the timer earlier for the bits event, so when you guys share 100 bits, I said we get Lakea tied up on the dynamite and she talks to chat. Well, this is the data that we store for that event. So, like, this is how long Lakea is going to be, how long we want the timer to run. These are the messages that Lakea will send. How long we want her to wait before she sends those messages. The position of where some of the images and that will show on the screen. So that's the kind of thing that we can store with a JSON file. And we're going to be doing the same thing here for this event. Second trimester animation is still unable to read texture files properly. Oh no. Made my demo reel. This one's without proper textures. Main animation with characters is what matters in the end. I mean, at least the animation files work. Textures are a bitch. They are genuinely a bitch. So I don't envy you trying to work with all that. It took me years to figure out how to be able to use them properly in Unity, partly because I'm an idiot. Also, I did not tidy up this script. Oh well, that's one for later on. That's one for later on. So we are gonna want this smoke data. Want that. Because we're gonna wanna go with. Alright. Right. Get your indents right, Materies. My professor was understanding. Tommy's happy and proud of my character. Hey, that's what matters. If your professor is happy with what you've done, that's the main thing. Honestly, from what you've been saying, like May of 2024, like as a software engineer, I sympathize. It can be difficult to like get stable, get all the bugs out of software sometimes. We actually have a saying, some of us, where we say there's no such thing as a bug-free piece of software. Because surprisingly, it can be a little subjective sometimes as to what bug-free actually means. But even so, like with how bad that sounds, that should not be legal to be able to sell. Frankly, like it should not be legal to be able to sell that. More than a professor here would ever say to a student. Yeah, definitely. Honestly, it sounds like Max does have a really good professor there. I know when I was at university, we had a real mix. We had some incredible professors, and then we had some real shit show ones. Okay, I like the irony of that quote. Right, okay, so we got the smoke. Let's see. So we're going to set that up. Oh, we need to actually grab the data. That would be good. Get a yoink for that. So let's, before everything else, we will read that data from YouTube. Utils dot common function. Oh no, that's not what I want. I want it as import utils.common functions as common on top. So what I'm doing at the top is we have pre-written bits of code here. Like this set of code up here is the code that handles our dynamite timer that Leia volunteers herself for. Volunteers, quotation marks. And I can import it into other files so that I can reuse bits of code. It means I don't have to constantly rewrite code to do the same thing over and over. Yeah, volunteers, absolutely, volunteers. Guess my sense of humor is too southern. Deleting this one? Really? Not a fan? I quite like it. The irony amuses me. Let's see. So, then we want... then we want from utils dot common data import JSON folder. There we go. Go on, change. Boss battle. So if I put a breakpoint there and run this in debug, debug means that we can like pause an application and look at what it's doing. So here we can see we are the data that's in this file here. We are now loading it into the application, and we can see it right there. Damn, the inflation's out the wizard. That would have been less from a specific stream, Carly, and more to do with the UK. Our inflation and interest over the last few years. Well, let's just say our government has made a shit show of things. I'm pretty sure that was Prof saying that. I might have said it, actually. I might have said out the wazoo. I made that quote, but don't remember the content. Yeah, that's definitely a common theme. That's definitely a common theme. Alright, we want to create the bug, so this part's doing. Let's create that. Oh, we're going to want to import OB. For utils.platforms.obs. Fine, as OBS. So what we're doing here is my OBS library here is this is the code that lets me add things to the stream. So anytime I want to add an image to the stream, anytime I want to move something around the stream or anything like that, this is the code that I'm running. So I can import the code. Folder, and this section of code, what it's saying is take the data that we're reading from our JSON file, create an OBS source using that data, and then I want you to set the size and position of the OBS source that we're creating using that data. So if we wanted, if I comment that out for a second. Hey, Jeevius, good to see you, dude. How you doing? Hope you're keeping well. Let's see. Set source activity. Scene. Get that hardcore for now. Work source. True. So if I wanted this bit of code, if I run this now, this will add our smoke effect to the OBS. You guys will see it just near me. Or not? Why is it? Oh, oops. Wrong script. Oops. Hey, Wolfboy, good to see you, bud. How you doing? I'm just gonna, like, cancel that, and then I'm just gonna... Sorry, Lakea, I'm sure you can find your own way out of that later on. Oops. Let's see, catch up. Doing all right? Thanks, I am not bad. Chill Friday evening. Ow, bloody portals. How you doing, Wolfboy? Nice job hitting level 23 there. Right, let's try this again then. If I run this, now you should see that little smoke effect. No, you don't. Oops. That's why. Scene. Canvas. I'm missing some data. Have I got everything else? Smoke transform, smoke path. Yeah, we got everything. Let's just change that to data. Canvas. Here we go. 242. Let's see. Yes, give me your. Oh, that quote. Oh, well, I guess we're keeping it. Fuck. I was going to say, one of these days I'll learn to be careful about what I'm saying, but we all know that's never going to happen. Nice job hitting level 24 there, Wolf Boy. Right, if I run this time, third time's the charm, we should see the smoke effect appear next to me. Oh, fuck me. What have I done wrong this time? Really? Pin's gone. Huh? Hang on. That's why. Okay, let's try this again. Fourth time. Canvas. Oh, you bloody Muppet Materies. Oh, man. Apparently I don't know how to use my own bloody tools. There we go. Only took 5 attempts. So yeah, this little bit of code creates that smoke effect. So let's get rid of that. It's looping. It doesn't want to loop. I'll deal with that later on. Never gonna happen. I'm glad it won't. Well, I'm glad we all have realistic expectations. Oh, just from last night, that one. Oh, viewer attack is beautiful. We love viewer attack. I have no idea what that's from. That sounds like it was a grinding one. Anyway, so let's get rid of that. Because we don't want it to show the smoke straight away. We want it to, like, create the smoke effect. But we don't... Oh, hello. Get the fuck out of here. And he's actually covering my tuber. No, seriously, fuck off. That's it. Go invade someone else's stream. Ain't anyone for you to eat here. Oh no. Okay, that's kind of adorable. That one's kind of adorable. Like the cat gifs in Discord. Anyway, so we've got the smoke effect. Let's see. I'm not going to be sending any messages. Do we want Lakea to send messages? When you guys beat us bosses, and you've got me stuck in the net, and Lakea's tied to a dynamite timer, do we want Lakea to say anything as the timer's ticking down? Or do we want her to just be silent as the timer's ticking? Oh, Genius is stacking up there. Loving that one besides the screen. That would be cool. Okay, well, we can do that. Let's see. Death. Go timer. Tick. That's go. I want to take quags. So, what this means is every time the timer ticks, it's going to run this function. So, if we bring back our timer, and I go here, what is it? Tick thunk equals timer tick. If we set this to 1, so the timer refreshes every 1 second, and then here I go, if we import Twitch, platform Twitch as, oh yeah, not that, as Twitch. And here we can do twitch.sendMessage Lakea test message. So if I run this script now, we have a timer that will run for 30 seconds, and every 1 second, Lakea will send a message to chat. So here we go. Oh no! Oh wait, no, there we go. Okay, that sent 2 messages. Why is it not liking that? Established connection was aborted by software on your host machine. Hey? Hey. Oh, okay, there might be... I might have an idea on why that's happening, and that could be... Oh, that's a deep dive I'm not doing today. Well, we're going to pretend that it works, and I will deal with that later on, because that deep dive is, well, that's going to be more of a ball ache, and it's going to be less of a problem when we actually do the final implementation. I can fix that later on. Damn, I hate parallel programming. Thread's a bitch. Threading is a bitch. Anyway, you get the general idea. Oh, the possibilities. Oh, absolutely. This timer, I built it to be as versatile as possible so that I can integrate it with a lot of different things. It's obviously got 1 or 2 bugs to iron out still, but it mostly works. Let's see. I'm fine with pretending. Good, because that's all you're getting. I'm not going into that deep dive right now. Let's see. So, we've got smoke effect. How long do we want the timer to run for? When you beat us, how long should I be stuck in the net? How long should Lakea's dynamite timer run? What do we reckon? A minute? Do we all go with a minute? We could go longer, but bear in mind that's as long as we go, that's the rest of the stream. No, mainly because I would have to make it dynamic to do the rest of the stream. I'm not doing that. 3 minutes? We could very easily do 3 minutes. On A backside, you have multiple. Bart hit me on A back. Yeah, I think that's meant to be the backside. I don't know. It's definitely a Simpsons reference, but I don't get it. 1 minute's alrighty, or 3. I reckon we can go 3. 3 seems pretty good. 3 seems fair. Usually, when the net comes on, the net's there for 30 seconds. So we can go with 3. So let's set that here. Time is 3. And we'll do the time step. Keep that to 0.02 for now. To do that, we can now change this to be data time. Then data time step. That will create a 3-minute timer for us. Punch you 50 times here now. You're getting up with a sore arm at that point, Carly. That's going to be a workout for yourself. Which quote was that Bart one? Oh, which quote was that Bart one? 285. Let's have a quick look at that, shall we? That's not one. Yeah. Do that. What did I say it was again? 285. Looking. That hit me on. I'm gonna change that to the. I'm assuming that's where it's meant to be. We've got pretty much the same quote here, so I'm just gonna remove that as well. Actually. Let's see. Do that. Quote 22. What's quote 22? Don't know if you're the devil playing. What's wrong with it? I don't know if you're the devil playing. Oh. What's that meant to say? Remove the D from and. Don't know if you're the devil playing an angel. Oh, right, I see. Yep, there we go. Done. Donezo. If you give me a second, I'll restart Lakea so that she's using the up-to-date quotes. Let's restart Lakea real quick. There we go. Lakea should be using the updated quotes now. Very nice. Very nice. That back. Yeah, there we go. I have to restart Lakea every time we want. Every time I update this file. No worries. Right. So back to this. That will create the timer. We're going to want a function for when the timer finishes as well. Timer finish. Pass. So what do you guys want Lakea to say while we've got this timer ticking down? What kind of things do you reckon Lakea should be saying? Timer finish. Oh, no, that's it. What was it? Complete func. Complete func equals time finish. So when the timer finishes, we're telling it to run this function. It's been bugging me so much. Sorry, Genius. I didn't realize it had that issue. If there's any others bothering you, let me know. Quite easy for me to fix them. It's literally just this XML file. That's not it. It's literally just this XML file. So, unimaginable sass. I mean, we can definitely. What was the number for the quote you removed? It's very important. 285. I'll take Carly's word for it because I don't remember. We'll take Carly's word for it. Let's see. So, that'll set up the look. Oh, wait, no, that ain't right. That's only 3 seconds. We said 3 minutes, didn't we? I forgot that it's in seconds, not minutes. That wants to be 180. I'm glad you remembered. What's that quote? I don't know what I was dealing with that time. I was clearly in a mood with something. You need to subtract 1 from every quote you've noted after that one. It shouldn't need to anymore, Genius. I've restarted her. So any quotes you do now are the right number. That's why I restarted her. If we make changes to the quote file, I'll just restart Lakea. In the past, I've not wanted to because, like, it resets boss battles, but we don't have the boss battles at the moment. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah. That's going to be awkward. Yeah. Sorry, Carly. Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot about that. Right, okay. Let's see. So, do we want it to auto start? Auto start. We can set that to false. Effectively, what this means is currently when we create the timer starts automatically. But we're going to tell it not to start automatically because it means we can do some fun stuff before we actually start the timer. So, what is it next? It is start timer. There we go. So start timer equals data auto start. This means that we can like get Lakea to send a message or something like that before we actually start it. BRB, no worries. Yeah, sorry, Carly, I forgot about that. Clear on M. We're going to want that to be false. Clear on end. I want to be false. So we can display our lovely smoke effect. Clear on end. Data. Clear on end. There we go. I think that's everything we need, isn't it? We've got our time, we've got our timer step, we've got our auto start disabled, our clear on end disabled, big funk, and we've got our complete. Okay. I don't think there's anything else we need. Start, is there? Oh, we need to create messages for Lakea to actually say. We need messages for Lakea. Message. Okay, so delay. Set that to time actually. And message. Message for which chat. So what these are going to be is we've said we want Lakea to send messages. We need to know what time we want Lakea to send the message, and then we need the actual message itself that we're sending to Twitch chat. This is an array, so what it effectively means is we can store more than one object in here. So we're going to have a few of these, presumably, because we'll want Lakea to say multiple things as time goes on. Eating dinner, we'll keep you on in the background, no worries. Thank you very much, Carly. Appreciate it. Right, let's see. See, in this one, I set it up to have variations. Do we want to have variations? I don't know if I want to add in variations because that's more work. And they'll be getting changed in the long run anyway. So I'm not expecting you guys to beat the bosses very often. Funnily enough. Let's see. So if we've got those messages, we are going to set the lovely. Yeah, there we go. Common func set global. So, set global. We're going to set these messages. We want to be data messages. Then in timer.tick, we're going to want to do messages. Oh, actually, there's something. We should probably make sure those messages are in the right order beforehand. We sure won't. I'll prestige again though in the near future, so it'll be easier. That'll definitely make it easier. I do need to sort out the prestiging. I need to create a script for that. I forgot about that. But I'll do that later on. That shouldn't be too much effort. I had a clever bit of code in here that did the sorting. Here we go. Data, messages. So all this does is if these aren't in order, if the time isn't in order, it rearranges the items in this so the messages are in the right order for us. Makes it a little bit easier to process. So now we want to do messages equal common func get global. I should be that guy. Python programmers are gonna hate me, but I'm sorry. Most of my experience is in .NET. I'm not a fan of loose scripting. I prefer TypeScript. I prefer type scripting. Yeah, the thing with programming is depending on the language, you'll have different developers saying you should do things different ways. And then even in the same language, you'll still get different things. In development, there's 1,000,001 different ways of doing things. And you can't really say any one way is the right way. Look, there'll be plenty of developers that might tell you otherwise, but realistically, it very much depends on what you're doing. And even then, there's pros and cons to different ways of doing it. I've said this before. That's not to say things can't be improved or whatever, and there isn't sometimes a better way. And there's definitely things you want to avoid. But you should always be wary of saying that one thing is like the best way, full stop. Let's see. So that lets us get those messages. If wags, what was it? Time remaining. Oh yeah, we should probably check that first. Wags, time remaining. Let's see. Length. Messages is greater than 0. So first, we're going to check we've actually got any messages left to send. If we haven't got any messages left to send, we don't need to worry about sending a message. Then what we're going to do is, because this timer, this function knows how long is left on the timer, we want to check how long is left on the timer. It's less than. So what we're saying here is our next message that we want to send. Oh, sorry. We will check we've got any messages left to send. If we do have any messages left to send, we want to check if the time remaining is the right time for us to send our next message. And if it is the right time for us to send our message, we want to send that message. Actually, let's pop it first. Messages dot message equals just dot pop 0. So what we're saying here is we're removing that message from our message list. We don't need it in there anymore. We're gonna update our message list. Global messages. And then we want to actually send our message. So Twitch dot send message Lakea message. So if we'll reduce this to 20 seconds for a moment. We'll set this to 10 seconds just for this example. If we run this now, we should get our time, and that's why we have to test shit. That's why we have to test shit. What have I brought? Time remaining. Oh, have I not set it to time remaining? No, I have it as time. Okay. That is my fault. I mean, it was always going to be my fault. I'm the one writing this. Right, now let's try it. There we go. So this should be 20-second timer. No, it won't, because I forgot to start the timer, and now the script's moved on. Whoops. Oh, let's just Lakea will be happy we never lit that fuse. I recently saw a joke. If your code is working, yeah, I have no idea how, but then don't fucking. There's certainly something to be said about that sentiment. I'll be honest, I'm a tinkerer. I play around with things. And there are times when, yes, you still want to, like, play around with it. Like, there could be reasons for why you want to change it. But, yeah, is also the thing of, well, you might fuck it up. And I can certainly say, at game jams, there have definitely been instances where it's like, right, there's an hour to go. We've just fixed the bug that's been in the game for, like, 12 hours. Don't fucking tux it. We don't know why it works, but we don't want you to break it. Anyway, so that should now absolutely do as we want. So here we go, 20-second timer. And then 10 seconds in, Lakea should send a message, providing our message actually sends. Let's see, halfway through. Oops. Not quite what we had in mind. Hey, Genius, thanks for set. Wait, something's missing here. Wait, is something missing? Is that from Lakea's message? What's missing there? 1, 2, something's missing here in my YouTube video. Did I miss time? Has that timer been wrong this whole time? I can't see when she last sent it. I guess support? Hang on. Let me have a... I don't... Sec, actually. Just going to turn off my display capture for a moment. Just because that file does have data that I shouldn't be showing on stream. Do that and then scroll down a little bit. Right, then we can turn it back. Let's see. 1907 your time. Hang on, let's have a look. 1, 2. Oh! We just stopped right on top of it. And let's see. 1, 2. Oh! How have I never noticed that? We've been running with this for weeks. Genius, appreciate it. Thank you very much. There we go. Hang on, right, save that. Let's restart Lakea. Oopsies. Oopsies. Thanks, bud. Appreciate it. Oh, man. Right, there we go. Oh, we're not actually clearing the sources at the moment, are we? So, we've got to free Lakea real quick. This stream is just gonna have Lakea tied to a fucking stick of dynamite the whole time. Oops. Hang on. Timer dot what was the thing? Oh, actually, we've got a canvas. Removed it. Good. So timer dot remove that. We're gonna. Oh, we're not adding that smoke at the moment. But, oh, you're gonna set. Hang on. Boom. Let's see. Messages. Then comment dot set global timer equal comment dot get global. There we go. More dynamite on stream, please. No, she's running again, Carly. I've just had to restart her. More dynamite on stream. I can show you more dynamite on stream. There you go. More dynamite on stream. Right. What was I doing? She should clear on per... Oh, fuck. That's what I needed to change. I'm actually glad you asked me to run that, Genius, because that wants to be a message. So that she's actually sending the message she's meant to. What the fuck is that word? Excuse me? Don't know how that didn't make... What the fuck is that? What? Well, that's oh, that's questionable. That's certainly questionable. Anyway, so now if we run that again, Lakea should send the actual message this time and not just a load of JSON. I don't think, like, developers will like that. Everyone else will be like, what the fuck is that she sent? Message for Twitch chat. There we go. Sometimes leaving out of context is important. Well, for MEM vomit. Really? I mean, are you sure about that? Oh, possibly. Possibly. I mean, it's quote 290, so I would have thought that would have been further back than when we started Andromeda, but I could be wrong. Right, what are we doing? So, got the timer. She now sends messages. We should, when you didn't get hit with an explosive? Maybe. I mean, you could well be right, Max. I don't remember. Oh, there's the man who's never fucked another person. Well, that's telling enough about myself. Time to move on. So, I say that I'm literally doing the nerdiest thing I could right now. Pretending to be a wolf ranger on the internet while writing code. Dude could not be further away from fucking another person. Oh, wow. It's a sad life. Peak stream commentary. I know, right? Oh, man. Blasting yourself for no reason. I don't know. I feel like there's times when I should really stop and, like, consider my options in life. These moments of clarity, yeah. Anyway, so if we set that back to, say, at 180. Oh, not that fucking long. We can now have, like, multiple messages. So if, let's set that to 20 again. But we could say have that at 15, that at 10, and then that at 5, 2, 3, 1. So now she should still be able to send those. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Maybe I just enjoy putting myself on blast, eh? Maybe I just enjoy giving myself a hard time. There we go. At least I can be good at something. She's sending messages as she should be. Right. Out of my way, push you aside an innocent bystander. That doesn't sound like me at all. Don't look at any of the, like, 450 odd streams of me doing really questionable shit. Anyway, so send a message there. Let's see. Let's see. So let's look at start. So free timer. And then we can go post timer or anything we need there. So pre-timer we can add let's see a message delay. Here we go. Message delay, start delay. There we go. We can grab those. So what we're setting up here is when we first show the timer. Have we still got the net to do yet? Wow, we're being even slower than I thought. Being a nerd, it's not a bad thing out of itself anymore. No, it's not, and that's good. Like, that's genuinely good. I'm bashing myself because I do find it minorly amusing. But no, it's genuinely a good thing that being a nerd is, like, a more positive thing now. Alright, start message. His brother is lost. Don't look at me. Look. I know that I'm the one that has bad sense of direction in video games, but in real life, that's Tim, and I'm not responsible for that man. Yeah. It's kind of working a little hard, that one, isn't it? What does everyone else think? I'm not so fond of it. Let's see. So, what's the first thing Lakea's gonna say when you guys have beaten all the bosses and, like, you're throwing it at me? And then you've, like, got her fastened to a giant stick of dynamite. She's going to ask where on earth you got a giant stick of dynamite. That I feel like that's a pretty appropriate response. Being a nerd is very positive for me. Oh, heck. Yeah, absolutely agree, Max. Absolutely agree. Like, there's genuinely so many cool things from, like, the furry fandom to tabletop gaming to software engineering. Like, all sorts of cool stuff. Valheim would make sense, to be fair. If I wrote a quote on Valheim, I usually put Tim's name. Oh, true. But it might not have been you who added it, to be fair. I can change this later on while I'm not trying to scream at the same time. But we'll go with this for now. Dynamite there. Dynamite. I'm not the best at being very sassy. I always take a while to cope with, like, Lakea's lines because I'm not a sassy person. So I'll end up changing that later on. But so long as it works. I do remember that one. Only because it was very out of character for me to make that joke. Especially at the time. That was when we were playing Portal. And there was a very suspicious looking white fluid that we had to work with. I don't know why. I don't know why I did that. But I did it. And that's going back a bit. When did I do Portal? Hang on. I want to look now. When did we do Portal? Let's see. The Wolf Ranger streams Portal. Did it even get come up? 2 years ago. 2 years ago, at least. Valentine's Day at Portalo. That seems appropriate given what we're just saying. 2 years ago. Oh, wow. I really did not put much of a description on the things back then, eh? Wow. Mass attack in the spawn. I at least did up the scene. A little bit better at this point. Let's see. You know what they say about people with big sticks? I actually don't. Where are you going with that, Jeevius? Where are you going with that? Alright, okay, so. Let's see. We want sleep function, so from time import sleep. Just a sassy comment, I think. Oh, ooh. Okay, now I see what you're getting at. Yoink. Clearly, I should ask Devious what Lakea would say more often. Poor Charlie! Oh, no, it's mainly me. Maybe Max as well. Sorry, buddy. I think you might be in the same boat as me here, but it is mainly me. Let's see. So, sleep for data. Read timer. Message delay. Let's, yeah, message delay. boom. And then Twitch dot send message Lakea data timer start message start message then start delay sleep data timer. Is this Minecraft music? This sounds like Minecraft music all of a sudden. Start. So that should delay our timer. I was innocent once and still mostly am, but then there's Sheila. Sheila's, yeah. Isn't a fish kind of guy? He's a fun I feel like that's a mushroom joke. But it's hard to tell if that would have been like Minecraft. There was Baldur's Gate 3. It could have been The Hobbit. Like, it would have been Baldur's Gate 3, not a quote 112. It could have been The Hobbit, but I'm not sure. Might have been Minecraft. Don't know. Also, this definitely sounds like Minecraft music. Moving on. Yep. Yeah, it's The Hobbit. I actually played The Hobbit ages ago, Carly. It was one of the first games I streamed. So it could well be The Hobbit. I don't think it will all the same. But I did play The Hobbit earlier on, and then I came back to it at a later date. Anyway, so put that back. Bring up console. So if I run that now, it should show Lakea, pause for like half a second, send a message to Twitch chat, wait for 4 seconds, then start the timer. For 20 seconds, send 3 messages over the 20 seconds, and then it should remove all the timer sources. Let's give it a test. There we go. Starts after a short delay. Then we should get the cert. Yep. Okay, looks like that is working as it should be. So, let's bring the smoke effect back in for this. Then we want to set the source data for that. Let's set global, smoke source. Then we want to get the smoke source equals common dot get global smoke source. But 9. What was that one? Oh, I remember that one. That was such a nightmare of a time. That was when we were trying to play Shadow the Hedgehog, and I was emulating it, and the game just kept crashing. It was actually frustrating. I wanted to stream more of that. We only did 2 of the endings from that game. Like, we only did 2 of the endings. I wanted to try out all the endings. But in the end, we had to ditch after 2 because it just wasn't stable enough. Yeah, I've deleted it, Carly. I've sorted out all the reminders from last night's stream. Have all been sorted. And Kat did put in another one this morning. Haven't done that one yet, though, because it's updating the Minecraft server. I'm going to look at doing that on Sunday, just because we've got a community night tomorrow. And I don't want to, like, make everyone update Minecraft versions, like, hours before we do another community stream. Yeah, sorry, Carly. The system, the way I built this system didn't really consider like this in mind, so it's something for me to think about moving forward. Anyway, so let's see. We've got that post timer. Post. Ooh, hang on. We have the smoke thing. So get now we want to do obs.set source activity. Let's see, source activity. What's that meant? It'd be like smoke source. Oh, and then he's the candidate. Hey. Smoke data equals source is smoke source, scene is data scene, and smoke data is data. There we go. Just add an ID to the XML. Yeah, that would definitely be a smart idea. It'll be easy enough to add it in as an attribute or whatever. So that's something to sort out later on. She's already got that, Devious. Right, let me double check, but I'm pretty sure her quote system already does that, just not with an ID. So it will just need a little bit of tweaking. Hang on, let's have a bit of a look. It's been a while since I've looked at this project in seriousness. No longer support. Are you serious? Where am I going? Process it now. Miss. Where did I put a quote? Where did I put a quote? Did I put it? In static? Oh, quote command. Ah, you know what? That makes sense. Don't remember what quote I stopped with last night. Oh no! Sorry, Carly. Would it? The new command add quote, add get quote. There we go. Yeah, that gets the random quote. There's an in, it returns it. If it's outside the list, it gets it. Yeah, here we go. Come find which quote you want, so here's a random one instead. I thought I set it to do that. Fix random quote and quote fest if you do it, so it doesn't pull quotes that don't exist from those instances. I definitely will. I should make note of all of that on the ticket, but I'll do that later on. Let me hack you. That's going to be a Bioshock one. That's going to be a Bioshock one. I'm going in a circle here. Oh, man. Right, so smoke data. That wants to be smoke data. Source. And smoke data. Scene. And we're going to set that to true. Let's see. Hey, Genius, thank you so much for a tier 1 gift sub. Carly, enjoy your tier 1 gift sub courtesy of Genius. Appreciate it, dude. Doing all right job, guy. Aye, they absolutely are. Doing a stellar job. Genuinely, I appreciate all the stuff you guys do to help. Like, help with the quotes, like offering to make things for me, like help out with stuff on the Minecraft server. You guys are a really active community, and I absolutely love you for it. Go get everything, go grab a toilet. What? Where the fuck is that one from? Don't know what that's from. I probably butchered talking about going for a break at some point. Oh, man. Let's see. So, what do we want here? What do we have in there? Source clear. End message delay and then source clear. Yeah. Boom. There you go. I want to be added. Okay. End data. Data. We want to add message delay and then source clear. Like. Boom, boom. I should be doing a good job. No worries, dude. Don't worry, I thought that. Yeah. We aren't playing Mass Effect. Ooh, yeah. Yep. Oh, facial reconstruction surgery. Man, that was my favorite thing to say during Mass Effect, wasn't it? I definitely said that a lot. Thank fucking Tifa. Ooh, hello. What's happening there? You good there, Carly? You're swearing almost as much as I was the other stream. Grab that. I can all find that. And we'll just grab it. And it's it. Have that, yeah. Data. It's just data. Badly named, but it's data. The other thing seemed like a backhanded compliment. Oh, it didn't look like that. Looked fine to me, but I also didn't read it properly, if truth be told, so... Losing my marbles trying to understand what quotes I wrote. That is fair. Also, adds in 3 minutes as a heads up. We'll take a short break then so I can go and make another cup of tea. I can't be doing programming without a cup of tea. You expect me to program without a cup of tea? How very dare thee. Let's see. So we've got the data. We've got true. We want to sleep data. And that one's end message delay. Clear source delay. Boom. Sleep data. Source delay. Which send message Lakea. Oh, we need to actually add our message to that. Cuppa, what can you do without a cup of tea? Good question. I can get into a fight. I can do that. I can get very grumpy if I don't have my tea. Woe beside anyone who gets into a sword fight with me if I've not had my cup of tea. I forget to put on the kiddie gloves if I don't have my cuppa. What was I doing? We want a end message as well. Let's see. Just for now, that'll work. I need to do some adulting. We'll be listening. No worries. Thank you so much for the alert, Genius, and thank you for the gift sub once again. Take care, bud. Literally me every morning of how coffee is like. Yeah, it's like the startup, isn't it? It's how you get started. Startup procedures. All right, we'll give this a test out in a moment. But first, ads are about to start, so we're going to take a quick break here. If you are grab a drink, go to toilet, anything like that, now is your chance, and we will be back in a few moments when I hit the right button. That one is a bit boring, isn't it? I mean, it could be like any game. I think it was probably Mass Effect, but it's boring, that one. Bit boring, that one. Possibly one for removal. Yeah, I don't think any of us are very good at lurking, Jeevious. I'm not very good at it. You usually don't manage it. Oh, hello. Ow! Elites TV, welcome on in. How you doing? Also, Max, you little shit. Won't go stream without nettings. What would you do if I removed the nettings redeem, eh? What would you... Let's face it, if I removed the nettings redeem, you'd go after Lakea. It's one or the other. Don't worry, we'll be seeing plenty of the net once we've got it implemented. Oh, now we've got the collar, of course. Ah, you're all evil little shits, aren't you? And now I'm mustached. What did I do to deserve this? Actually, cup of tea. You know what? Yeah, I'll take that. I'll stop moaning now. Cup of tea. Can't go wrong with a proper brew. Just came back home to find a wholesome stream to watch. Hey, glad you're tuned in. How's your weekend treating you? Hopes the Friday night is treating you well. Kind of funny how you call this wholesome because I'm about to test out this. I hope you're keeping well. Is this working as it should do? No, it's broken. I broke it. Hang on. Okay, well, let's remove those and then let's fix what I broke, okay? Let's fix what I broke. Wasn't me this time. Oh, man. Bye, I hope your Friday evening's treating you well, elites. Alright, what have I buggered up? Oh, yes, I forgot to add, here. Wait, is it not in there? In data, yeah. End message delay. Oh, I know why. I know why. Post time. My beard. My beard. What? How have I? No. Buggering it up. He's buggering it up. That's that. I feel like there was something else I was meant to be doing as well. I don't remember what it was. Something else I forgot. Oh, yes. Send the message. Send the... Hang on. We need to add the message to this, don't we? Yeah. End message. End message wants to be data. Both timer. Oh, hang on. And what do we... End message. Here we go. End message. In my opinion, you should pursue a career of a full-stack Python web developer with React. I mean, I already work as a software engineer, but I work with a lot more than just Python. I work with all sorts. There's definitely advantages to going full stack Python with web developer. Python is a language that's getting a lot of popularity, and a lot of things are moving to web. Cloud computing, web applications. React is a pretty popular library for it all. I wouldn't more work in that only. I would get pretty bored. I like to move from project to project. But there's definitely advantages to that. If you're going to go through a career in it, going for learning Python and that, I'm not a fan of developing with only Python. It's too high level for my taste personally. But a lot of languages are kind of going that way. Particularly if you're going for like microservices and stuff like that. What about you then, Elites? Do you do development yourself? Are you into software engineering or programming at all? certainly sounds like you're knowledgeable in the area. I do really like Python as a like fun little piece of technology. I love it for scripting. It's great for micro services. But if I wanted to do like a full application, personally, I'd be more likely to go with something else like .NET or Java. But pros and cons. It's all pros and cons. Oh, you're .NET full stack web developer. Hell yeah, WPF. Wow. I'm not familiar with MAUI there. And I've never developed for Android. What's developing for Android like? Android cash registers. That's a more specific use case then. I've never developed for a system like that. That's pretty neat. I say that must be a lot more specialized than developing the usual desktop. How long have you been doing that? I've been professionally software engineering for 4 years, something like that. I've been like writing code and that for I don't remember. I think I started in college, so over 10 years ago now. Did I start in high school? I technically started in high school, but I'm not sure if we'll include just basic. I was doing like very simple tech, like text adventure games. It was technically programming, but it was a very different, very different kind, shall we say. Developing for Android is main game when you do it with Android Studio. That makes sense. I've not used Kotlin or anything like that, or Android Studio, but I have heard about them. A few friends of mine at university had to use Android Studio. They weren't a fan, but apparently their main issues, if I remember, this is going back a bit, I think their main issues was more they had stability problems, and that could have just been the environments they were having to use at university at the time. I've never developed for mobile. I have considered it. I have wanted to give it a go at times. I remember ages ago, I did use the Unity engine to like build a very simple mobile app. I can't remember what it was. I think it was just like rendering a campfire or something like that on the phone. But it would be nice to try and do more like that. If I had the time. As anyone else in chat will tell you, I bury myself under a load of projects. Multitudes of projects. What's that quote? We could go punchy punchy. Yeah, I don't remember what that's from. That could be a number of things, but I don't remember what that's from. Anyway, so at the end, we want to show the smoke source. Then we will sleep. We will send the message. Have we added the message? We have added. End message. Beep, beep, beep. Interesting to hear your .NET though. Certainly that's where most of my experience lies. I've used a lot of different technologies. I enjoy learning new things. Playing around with different technologies, different methods, different paradigms. But most of my experience is in Agile and it is in .NET and object-oriented programming. That is definitely my preferred way. But I'm pretty flexible in what I work in, depending on the project. I have too many projects at once and yeah. Yeah, it's a habit many people have, Max. Don't you worry. Plenty of people get into that. Let's see. So once clear, we'll want to remove ion. So we actually want this, but we want to pass in an array. We will go timer dot Lakea key. Is it? I think it's Lakea key. Where is he? Yeah, Lakea key, and then we will remove the rest of the sources afterwards. And then we also will do OBS dot remove source from scene. We want data smoke source then data scene. Hey, Tim, good to see you. We all seen the next thing fall. Oh, no. Is there another? Are you serious? There's another one? What the fuck is going on now? What is it, Tim? Fucking hell. What's our shithole of a country doing now? Do you watch anime? Yeah, I watch a little bit. I don't watch loads, but I watch a little bit. Let's see. I'm waiting for next season of Fram, Journey's End to come out. Let's see. Last season of My Hero Academia. Hell yeah, hyped for that. Can't wait. I don't watch loads. I can't remember what else off the top of my head. But I watch a bit. Oh, that's okay. So it's not so much new and more as a development on the stuff that's already been happening. But yeah, I have seen that. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And yeah. Then the banks are responsible for making sure you're 18. Because the thing is, from what I've seen, debit cards also work. But debit cards don't require you to be 18. You can get a debit card at 11 years old. And if you remove your card from it, then it no longer counts you as age verified, even though it once had you age verified. So that for me is like one of my biggest complaints. Like, obviously, the whole thing needed in the first place is complete bullshit. But it's stuff like that shows they're not really interested in your age verification. They want your fucking data. They want to be able to track you. Ridiculous. For some reason I can only watch anime with someone. Oh, that's interesting. Any particular reason for that, elites? Debit cards don't work. Interesting. I've seen several people on different platforms say it does. I was seeing if I could find a workaround. Took all. Wow. Okay. What were sort of workarounds, Tim? I want to know now. What were sort of workarounds? Not to actually get them. Was just curious. Yeah, that is very fair. I'd be curious as well. Not because I have an interest in most 18+ games. But also, I don't want to have to deal with that crap. Like, just let me have my content as an adult. Like, if I want access to that, I shouldn't have to give my ID up. Anyway, ignoring the UK shittiness aside, let's check this is running now. So now, timer should run for 20 seconds. Let's see, pops up. Small delay, we get a message. Yep, another small delay, then it starts. Yep. Let's see, moving through. Luckily, Max, it's only in the UK anyway, so you should be fine, but yeah. I get it. My course mate from India showed me anime. I got used to watch it. Ah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Hey, smoke effect's working. That's good to see. But that's the thing. Like, it's hard if you've got used to doing it a certain way. Ooh, not removing the smoke effect. Oop. Not removing the smoke effect. Let's see. So you can still see it on the storefront, just not the actual page. They're slowly creeping into other countries. Really? It's now going to other countries as well? Fuck off. I mean, I wonder if that's the payment processors all over again. I know that payment processors... Oh, it probably is. It's probably both payment processors as well as the UK's Online Safety Act. Which is complete bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Like the crap that's going on with all this. Oh, do you not have anyone to watch it with more elites? I'm guessing you're not living with your uni... Was it your uni or your flatmate, you said? But I'm guessing you've not got a housemate to watch it with anymore. I read somewhere that it is. Yeah, it'll be... Okay, that's going to be the payment processors again. Like, payment processors stopping people getting, like, not safe for work art and stuff like that. again, I'm not a huge consumer of like not safe for work art. But why can't people have access to that stuff? What is wrong with an adult wanting access to that stuff? There is literally nothing wrong with it, and it is not the job of a payment processor to decide what people do with their money. Like, if I've got my money that I've worked for, that I want to spend, I should be able to send it to, like, a not safe for work artist. I should be able to, like, commission a not safe for work artist and send them money. Like, the payment processor shouldn't be stopping me. That's not their job. They should just be sending the money over. I saw something about the EU. Now the EU's getting involved. Are you fucking serious? The democratic backsliding. It certainly seems to be that, doesn't it? They're trying to control the internet, and it's not good. Really not good. Anyway, let's have a look at this. Remove smoke source. Did we not add smoke source? Oh, I just called it source. That's why. I just called it source. Okay. While we're here, we know it sends all these messages, so we don't need spam chat anymore. So we'll just send the one. We'll go 5 and 10. We don't need it to be so long anymore. Nintendo has switched to and how you can only own license to play. That is complete bullshit. Complete bullshit. If you've bought the game, you own the copy of the game. Like, Nintendo have been doing that for years, and like, there should absolutely be regulations against that bullcrap. Absolutely be regulations against that. Payment processors should have been regulated years ago. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, it's just ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. Watching Python coding sphere discussing about life. Oh, absolutely. That's pretty normal around here, around elites. We are, let's just say we like to multitask. We're not necessarily very good at it, but we like to multitask. Hang on, let's see. So that should now work. Let's double check that that's actually fixed it. Coming to the EU in 2026, so next year. Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, there was me thinking there was only us, but it looks like you guys are going to get hit with the same crap. I won't know how they're going to handle things like VPNs and stuff like that then. How are they going to handle things like VPNs? Okay, so smoke effect worked. We get that message. It all clears. Good. Good. So now we need to bring in the net. The net needs to come in now. That's going to be easy enough. Let's see. So we're going to want... net. They are, yeah, they're gonna go full China on us. That certainly seems the most likely. They'll probably try and shut down VPNs and stuff like that. What this is gonna mean for online, I don't know. I honestly don't know. And one of these I already have. This one. Where's the net? Here we go. So we're gonna want that. That's gonna want, because this is the position that the net wants to be in on the stream. We want that data. Master of the Nets Maximus has been activated. Yeah, I thought we'd get a little more done today, but it's taking us this long just to get to a net. About to approach a girl sent to alone, but I can only do it with Wingman, who's my phone course mate. I mean, if you're like worried about it, I wouldn't say it's necessarily bad. Like, I'm awful at like flirting and chatting to people in terms of like romantical interest. So having like support or having someone to help support you in that, I wouldn't say that's a bad thing. All I would maybe say is, if the lass is by herself, depending on how well you, how well she knows you and how well you know her, if you and another bloke walk up to a lass who doesn't know you at all, she might be a little bit wary of you. But if it's someone you both know, then I wouldn't say there's anything particularly bad with that. Not off the top of my head, anyway. Right. Yeah, I don't know where things are going to go with the whole, like, sterilization of the internet at this point. I certainly don't like the way things are going. But, yeah, it's a case of where... I don't know. I honestly don't know. It isn't right. Guess we'll have to see what happens. What else do we want? Source type. Yeah, I go want loop. You want it to loop. Let's see. How do I get heat? File. Right. That's how I get it. Oh, I done. Want to do this. Looping false. That'll stop the smoke from looping. Let's just check that still works. Yeah, that's still working. Good. Right, you know what? We don't need Lakea to keep spamming messages to chat right now, so I'm just gonna comment those out. We know sending messages works, and I will be able to read what you guys are saying. Wait, Paul. Oh, did I misspell that? Yes, I did. I am a Muppet. I am a Muppet. Oh, man. Right. Now what do we want to do? We've got the net data here. So we will create the net source. Where are we creating? Okay. Smoke path. Smoke path. Am I familiar with Flask? Not particularly. I've heard of that technology, but it's not one I've really used. What am I wanting now? What do I want? Brain's gone blank. What am I doing? Not smoke. Net path. Net path. That's what we want. No worries, viewers. Thank you very much for stopping by. Sorry it got a bit ranty towards the end there, but at least there we can have these conversations. Take care of yourself, bud. Right, net path wants to equal file. That's going to want to be gifts folder, right? Gifts folder again. Add scene item, net. Let's update this. Add. We already have a red gifts. Boom. What's your opinion about going to company and gym everywhere? What do you mean by company and gym? Not overly sure what you mean by company. If you're on about work, then work is part of life if you're on about 9 to 5. I prefer not to talk about my working life on stream if you're asking about that specifically. Job and job group training in gym. I mean, work is work. Like, as much as it sucks, gotta be able to pay to make a living. Gotta find some way of keeping a roof over your head. As for gym, works for some folks. I've tried gym, didn't really work for me. I prefer more dynamic works out. Like, I'm getting back into dodgeball. I used to do dodgeball at university. I've stopped doing HEMA for the time being. But I'll probably get back into that at some point. Yeah, gym's not really for me, but it is good for some folks. At the end of the day, anytime, if you're spending most of your day sat down at a desk, you've got to have some way of, like, getting some exercise in. Whether it's gym, whether it's sports, even if it's just getting up and going for a walk. You've got to have some way of getting exercise in and just having that movement. Not just for, like, your physical well-being, but for your mental well-being. I spend a lot of time at a computer between day job and, making content and that. I still make sure to get away from it at times because you can't spend 24/7 at the PC. Got to be able to remove yourself away from it. Because otherwise you're going to really struggle with your mental health. And that's important. Right, let's see. So that is gifts folder. And in gifts, data. What's the path through it again? Net, file. Oh, there we go. My job is so epic, I started going to gym every day to keep up the pace. Yeah, that is fair. Like, I can't say I blame you. Sometimes you do need that thing to let off steam. Like, again, it's that thing of, like, sat down behind the desk all day. It's gonna vary from person to person. Some people need to move more than others. I tend to move around a lot. So yeah, I'll get up and go for walks and stuff like that. I'm getting back into dodgeball because I miss dodgeball. Some folks don't need as much, but so long as you're doing something. How's the gym going for you if you're going every day? That's got to be feeling good if you're in it like 5 times a week. Oh. What was I doing? I was doing something. That's what. New path. We got the net path. Then we need to create the net source. Net source equals obs.create source. Next one. Net. Source. Image plus. No, it's no. I didn't think it was. Not think it was. Hard code that. But it's seeing what it is. After that, what do we want? Input setting, right? Wait, no, data scene. Then we want the input settings, which is net path. Is that set to loop? Should be set, and let's just double check. Grab that false. Paste it in. That. Oh, I put new path. Oops. Apparently, I cannot spell. It's doable only with huge determination. Well, that's not a surprise. Going 5 times a day. I know when I was trying to go to gym, I was going in the mornings before work. That's what worked best for me. Certainly, if the time was right, I'd prefer to go in before work than after. But it was just the gym itself wasn't working for me. But yeah, 5 times a week is pretty solid. I think I was trying 4 times a week. I missed Wednesdays. I had Wednesdays as a rest day. I then didn't go on weekends. Honestly, it felt pretty good. It felt pretty good when I was doing it, but I got bored. Sounds bad, but I got bored. Gym is very boring. I'm probably upsetting a lot of people with that, but it's just not for me. It really is as simple as that. I'd rather be doing a sport or martial arts. Something that's more dynamic, as I was saying earlier. Absolutely nothing wrong with gym. It's just each to their own at the end of the day. Set source transform. You want it net source. And we want a data scene to attach scene. And we want a data net form. Then we are going to here. Fuck. Okay. Smoke source. Let's update that. Smoke source. Smoke source. Because now we're going to want 2 sources in there. We're going to want a net source. Net source. There we go. How rapidly AI blew up. Oh, man. Everything's a shit show at the moment, isn't it? To payment processors like UK's fucking Safety Act, like AI. Oh, why can't we just have nice things, eh? Why can't we just have nice things? Companies are being obsessed with replacing human originality with workers with efficient and GPI. Possibility, employ 3D modeler. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Max. Like, I hope you genuinely do get to go into that career. Like, honestly, because the stuff you make is amazing. But unfortunately, this is the way we seem to be going at the moment. Who knows where we'll be in 20 years? Who knows where we'll be? So, all I'll say is just, even if you don't get to do it as a career, if you can at least try and do it on the side, get to do it because you love it. It might not be how you wanted things to go, but hey, at least there'll be something. It's better than nothing. So, an AI that can take an image and generate a playable landscape and transition to different scenes smoothly with more prompts. Yeah, like, this is the thing. I've said before, from a tech point of view, as someone who loves technology, I love pushing the bounds and seeing what is possible, but I don't like the way AI is being marketed. I don't like the way it's being used. I don't like the way it's being trained or anything. It brings a lot of issues to the tables that companies and people are overlooking. Copyright data being stolen is one. The sheer amount of energy that's being used is another. The water consumption of the data centers that are driving the AI is a third. There's a lot of issues around it. AI has the potential to be a hugely powerful tool to bring a lot of good for people. But not in its current form, but that's the way companies are using it. And that's the way they're marketing it. Thanks for the alert, Carly. Appreciate you joining in. Take care of yourself, bud. Oh, man. I would love to sit here and, talk about the fun stuff you could do with AI. And the tech part of me the part of me that loves tech wants to be able to do that, but unfortunately it's not something that it's just not something that I could do in good conscience for a number of reasons. Right, we're about to do another test of this. Let's see, net source and remove it from scene. Isn't ChatGPT based on Python? I don't know what they've used that on. A lot of AI, Python is used for a lot of AI work. It's got a lot of libraries and such to support Python. So it's possible they've used Python as the architecture, or the language behind it, I should say. I don't know though. Given the scale that it's running at, I would have thought they'd want a different language that runs faster than Python, just because they're trying to operate ChatGPT on such a huge scale. But I couldn't say for certain. Honestly, couldn't say. Like, the size of model that things like ChatGPT are running on is pretty significant. So it's not going to be your small average model that you're running at home. Honestly, couldn't say. I will, of course, no matter, still keep animated drawing modeling as it's your passion, either it's a hobby. Hell yeah, glad to hear it, Max. That's what I want to hear. It's like me with content. Like, I would love to do this full time, but realistically, that's not on the cards. And I'm not... While there are things that I could potentially do to try and monetize this better, I don't want to sacrifice the enjoyment or the community or anything like that just for the sake of trying to monetize it better. Like, it's, yeah, I'm much the same. At this point, it is a hobby. I'd love to do more of it, but it is a hobby. It's the same thing. Although I didn't go to university to study content creation. Well, I suppose in some ways you could argue that, given that I used my skills that I learned from university to support my content creation as well as my career, but I'd be curious to see what other people would say on that. I would be curious what some of my old university professors would say on that. Anyway, let's get this test run now. So now we should get a net. And we don't get a net. I have fucked something up. Okay. Let's see if that's made anything. Oh, it made the smoke sauce. It made the smoke sauce. Fucked up something. C9 to minute. Oops. Oopsies. That wants to be false. Then we want to do obs dot set source activity net source data scene. We want it to be false. We don't want it to show the net when we first add it, because it's going to be in the wrong size and the wrong location. So we add the net, and while it's invisible, we move where the net is. Then we made the net visible once it's been moved. So now it should work. Okay, Lakea is there. Where's my net? Where's my net? Excuse me? Where's me net? Huh, so it added the net source, but it's not found the file. Okay, that's the problem. That's the problem. Deep knowledge on how to do hard surface modeling with Blender. Use Microsoft Connect, Leap Motion, HTC Vive for mocap. That is something that I've wanted to play around with before. Like, I've got some experience with Blender. I've been using it for a while. I've never used Microsoft Connect, but I have wanted to, like, learn a little bit about mocap, see if it's something I could play around with, learn a little bit. Because I think that would be a lot of fun for animation stuff and things like that. Be curious to see what you'd say on that, Max, given you study animation. I was originally planning on becoming an indie game dev. Heck yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I had similar dreams when I was younger, Elites. Like, I've done I've been doing game jams for like nearly a decade now, and I love making games as like a hobby. I only really do game jams now, but I enjoy that kind of thing. The reason I've not gone into it as a career is just like the AAA like scene for game is like for game dev is awful. Like crunch, not even like reliable jobs anymore. Like awful. And indie developers like they get full creative control usually, but man, they really like they've got to live paycheck to paycheck. It can be difficult for them to make a living. So that's why I end up not going into game dev for a career. I do love making games, but I've just decided I'd rather not have the stress of going either indie or trying to work in AAA. Honestly, agree, it would be very interesting. Absolutely. Yeah, I know it's something that me plus some Will have spoke about before. At one point we were talking about for a game jam, actually trying to like play around with some mocap stuff and give it a go for a game jam game. We never did do it in the end, and we probably won't, but like it would have been a lot of fun to give a go. Like I would still love to give that kind of thing a go. I put new source. Why do I keep putting new source instead of net source? Muppet, right, there's that. Right, let's comment that out. Do that. Let's run this in debug so we can see that file path. Maybe I've set that file path wrong. Python resources gifts. Let's see. That looks right to me. Helping my coworker at a previous company export a Unity 6 game to a website running Docker container. Ooh, okay. How well did that work? It makes sense to keep it in a Docker, I guess. Keeps it separate from everything else. Huh. Yeah, I'd be curious to see how you run a games website now. Not that you tend to see as many games websites anymore. Gone are the days where people go to like, I don't know, miniclip.com to play online flash games. Oh, those were the days, eh? But yeah, how did they get on with that Unity 6 game? Any help with 3D stuff, for example? I will absolutely let you know, Max. I will absolutely let you know, because honestly, I'm not the best with that stuff. Anything with character models or animations, Will's better at it than me. He, as he says, he's not necessarily an expert by any means, but he's able to do stuff. He's able to make things look pretty good. Like his stuff in Breakout, he's done a pretty solid job with all of that. But yeah, definitely would be appreciated. Because usually when it comes to like game jams, I end up having to go to I end up getting character models online and then going to something like Mixamo to get like the animations from there. Because I don't know what I'm doing. Game did not bring profit to that company. It shut down, so I jumped to another company. Yeah, that's fair. It's difficult these days. It's really difficult, especially if you're like hosting it on a website. Because I imagine like you would have had to host that online, and then you've got to pay server costs. You've got like upkeep for the game as well as like paying everyone's salaries and stuff like that. There's a lot that goes into that stuff that I don't think players necessarily see sometimes. I don't see what's wrong with Live Data Python resource. Oh, that is capital resources. Yeah, gifts. Yeah, add scene item. Oh, look. So move that over here so it doesn't get minimized where I click on it. Add scene item. Yeah. Yeah, that looks right. I don't. Why was it not able to see it? Why was it not able to see it? Let's just step into it. Oh, fuck, wrong button. Oh. Now we're stepping through all of this. Now. Oops. My bad. Oh, well, anyway, that's not an issue. Yeah, we can see, here's our source for OBS. Ain't finding the file. If I manually set it, wrong one. If Python resources, I don't know what's different about that. I'm gonna copy all that real quick. Oh, my bad. Is it done that? Hey, we don't. So that's what works. Trying to understand how to create a branching TFS project, which is something easy to do in Git projects. Hi, that's not difficult in Git, but I'm not familiar with TFS. I wouldn't know where to start with that one. Well, I'd start by like looking it up, but I'm presuming you've already done that, so yeah. I'd say documentation, but well, not everyone's great at keeping the documentation up to date, that's for sure. Don't understand what's different about that. Let's get rid of the net source. Rerun this. Slightly add it to a what? Yeah. Live data, yeah. Application, yeah. X-Drive live data, yeah. Python, yeah. We know it's definitely not that GIFs folder part. That's fine. If we use it in other scripts, that bit works. So it's something after the GIF folder. Add scene item. Don't know why it's not. Is it something to do with the looping? Hang on. If I get rid of that bit, and then rerun it. No, that's still not worked, and it's just set looping to false, whereas it was true before. Why am I struggling to get this working? Okay. It is really struggling to find the path for this, and I am not entirely sure why. Oh, what's the problem with you? What's the problem with you? Done that again. I manually set this again. Okay, so it's got the transform, right? It's got the position, right? It is just where it's looking for that net. For some reason, it does not like the file path. I'm not entirely sure why. It works for our add scene item. it. Yeah, not that bit right. Not that bit right. Nets! Yeah! We're getting a lot of nets at the moment because I'm having to debug this. Let's see. Net path. That's certainly what it should be. Like the thing. Okay, let's get rid of the net for a moment. Let me put that in. Store that there for a moment, and we'll hard code that. What happens if we hard code the path to the net? Change these backslashes just because of the system we're on. I don't think you'll appreciate forward slashes. At least that's not what I've been using on everything else. Alright, so now if I restart that, it still doesn't look. It still doesn't like it. I have to do that. Why is it still not liking it? Even when I hard code that. Definitely. Oh no! I bet I know why. I think I know why. I think I know why. Fucking knew it. OBS, you're a bitch. Like fucking inconsistent shite. Oh, the back end of OBS is a mess. This file, this bit here, these 4 letters, wants to be local file. On some things, it wants to be file. On other things, it wants to be local file. Because, it's not consistent. Not consistent. You watch. I bet if we bring back the old code, get rid of this for a moment, bring that back, and then we rerun this, I bet it's going to work all of a sudden. Oh, look at that. It's suddenly working properly. This is why you shouldn't trust other people's code. Oh. Why don't you use JetBrains PyCharm? It became free for non-commercial use. I didn't know JetBrains became free for non-commercial. Neat. I quite enjoy Visual Studio Code. It's quite lightweight. I use it for a lot of quick and simple things. PyCharm would certainly work. JetBrains has its advantages. But I don't do, for these tools at least, this particular set of scripts, I don't do anything big enough to really warrant needing anything too advanced. For my bigger projects, I'll use like Visual Studio like I do here. So this particular project is my stream assistant. And this connects to Twitch, it connects to OBS, it connects to a bunch of things. It listens for like our channel redeems and all sorts. So that I'll use a more a broader IDE like Visual Studio. But for these quick little Python scripts, I'm quite happy using Visual Code. It works well enough, it does the job. My professor's complaining about it too. Yeah, and I can't side play. Like, I do love OBS. It is great at some things, but it's it has some issues. It certainly has some issues. Right, okay. Let's stop all of that. Close that. So now we should have this script should work. If I run this script now, as Lakea, our stream assistant, would run it, this should work without issue. Hey, I'm netted. Lakea, yeah. We're not getting the messages because I've commented out the messages. We're getting the timer. Should Lakea be above the net or under the net? There's a question. I think she should be above. I think she should be above. There we go. It works. That was only 20 seconds instead of like 180. Oh, it's 10 seconds. But that's literally me just changing this to this. That makes it 3 minutes instead of 10 seconds. I'm leaving it on 10 just because while we're debugging that for the moment. I'll add the messages back in later on. Let's just do some quick tidying up here. Let's just do some quick tidying up then. So we don't need that. We'll keep that. That's data. Bring this back so we get our messages. With this, send our messages. Let's just, with our messages back in, let's just give it another quick test. We get on there. We get our, do we get our message? We didn't get our message. Why did we not get our message? Why did we not get our pre-timer message? We should have got a pre-timer message there. Why did we not get... Timer start message? Yeah, we should have got that. Why did... We didn't get an error. Try that again. Net timer. Oh, we got it this time. I'm putting that down to Twitch. Probably wasn't Twitch's fault, but I'm going to pretend like it was Twitch's fault. I'm taking that approach. Someone else's problem. Right, okay. So that's all good. This script now works as intended. Obviously, I need to do a bit more work, but that's all configuration changes. I can make changes here because we can add more messages in for Lakea to talk about. And I can make it last longer. You know what? Let's just run a 3-minute one just because we can. Time remaining, we'll put that at 90 just because we can. Let's just make sure it does run for the full 3 minutes without issues. Did you consider to become a HD AI-based 3D model mocap VTuber? Not particularly, no. I don't really have much interest in using AI to support what I do. I have ethical issues with AI as it stands at the moment, as you probably heard me talk about earlier. As for a 3D model mocap, that is something I have thought about. I don't know if I will go for a 3D model because a lot of our tools like here, they're very 2D images. So I don't feel like it would fit the style to use a 3D model so well. But certainly a live 2D model is something that I've wanted to move into for quite a while now. And it's quite funny because one of our community members actually started making me a live 2D model. Without even telling me initially. I had no idea that she was working on it. But that'll be tracking. That'll use camera tracking and such. So probably still it's probably still a version of mocap because it's using camera tracking and that. Yeah. So yeah, I've thought about using 3D stuff for streams, but I probably wouldn't do it. Like I said, it doesn't suit the styles of things I've got going on. But I have thought about it. It would certainly be fun. I would love to have a 3D character of myself because I could still use it in like game jam games and stuff like that. There's definitely still cases I could utilize it, especially with like Max offering to help out with his skills in 3D animation and such. Yeah, I think this is going to be pretty good. If you beat the bosses, you gotta have this for about 3 minutes. Exactly, like that would be absolutely amazing. I do want to get a 3D model of myself and Lakea and Looping at some point. That would be fucking fantastic. But I wouldn't really be able to utilize it very well at the moment because I lack the skills. And those things are very costly. I have other things I need to pay for. Like, I've paid the first half of the money I owe B for the channel art that they're working on for me at the moment today. I've got to pay the other half next month. I'm gonna have to build a new PC soon because this one is really starting to struggle. Like, oh, Confuzzled coming up. I'm gonna have to like buy next year's ticket for Confuzzled. Oh, so much shit. I work hard for my money and then it leaves my bank account in like 2 days. Oh, the things we do to make a living, eh? Things we do to make a living. As if this has taken me over 2.5 hours. I've been streaming for over 2.5 hours. I've done one script. I do love doing coding streams because it's great getting to show you guys behind the scenes, but I don't make much progress during them. I really don't make a whole lot of progress. Oh, man. You have an extrovert personality? Oh, a little bit, yeah. How often you went to bars? Less so nowadays. I still go to bars occasionally. I mainly go to bars where I have folks to hang out with. It's less so the introvert and extrovert stuff. I'll still be in a bar by myself. It's just, it's not the same. If I'm going with friends, I've got folks to hang out with, to chat with, stuff like that. If I'm going by myself, I'd usually spend the time working on something, like working on a YouTube video, working on something for streams, working on like a side project or whatever. But I used to go to bars quite a lot at university. I was quite the pub goer. Literally, at the HEMA Society, we'd finish HEMA, and at the end of every session, as we were packing up the kit, a load of us would just point at each other and go, pub, 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 pub. And like, and then walk off to the pub. Another talking stream with little coding on top. Yeah, pretty much. Telling it like it is. Anyway, that's all good now. That works as it should. And we'll move those bits. Right, okay. We're not going to get another script done, but is there one that's worth like looking at? Training montage. I do want to bring that back because like the training montage one was just fun. It was a bit silly, but it was fun silly. Like I really like that one. So we'll definitely bring back the training montage. Character prestige, I'm gonna have to do this weekend anyway. If I want to bring back the boss battles. Add scene item sounds upgrade. That's what I need to do. Because at the moment, like when, for example, when you net me, Max, you probably noticed there's no audio for the net at the moment. So I need to like upgrade the script in order to do that. But we're getting there. We're slowly getting there. Yeah, it's because minor mistake on my part. This is the script for adding the thing. So basically we have a JSON file here. So we can see this is the data for the collar, for the dagger throw. You can see it's data for each of the different like channel redeems and such. And it adds one thing to OBS for it. But that means it's only adding the visuals. It never adds the audio. I completely forgot about adding the audio for it. So it's not difficult. It just means I need to adapt this a little bit and then tweak this script a little bit. I just need to get around to it. Still love the training montage music moment. Oh, it's brilliant. I fucking love it. It's absolutely brilliant. Like, it just needs some visuals to go along with it, I think. Like, the music's good, but it needs a visual. It needs a solid visual to go with it. Is it worth me starting another script? Like 20 minutes of the stream left if I was to go for the normal time. I did say this one might be a little bit shorter. Lakea doing deadlifts would be it. That would be amazing, but I would need like an animation of Lakea doing deadlifts. Oh, man. It would be hilarious to have like all three of us, like Materies, Lakea, and Looping, all just working out. All just working out. Oh, man. Yeah, I think I'm getting the stream here. It's a bonus stream anyway, because I was streaming last night. We'll be streaming again tomorrow for a community stream. So the fact that this one's a little bit shorter, not anything major. So let's see, is anyone else live? Yeah, we've got a few folks live. Ooh, Prof's doing Space Marine 2. Let's raid into Prof, shall we? Let's raid into Prof. Following. Nope. Start raid. Alright then, guys. Been a very fun, interesting stream. Definitely loved it. Hey, glad you enjoyed it, dude. Thank you so much for joining in. So, if you all join our Discord, here is a link. Please do jump in and say hi to the rest of the community. If you join our Discord, you get access to our community Minecraft server, which we will be doing a community stream on that tomorrow night. So do jump in for that. If you join us on this raid, here is our raid message. Top message is for followers, bottom message is for subscribers. So please do post this into Prof's chat as we raid into him. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching and we'll see you all next time. Take care.